The timeline graph displays sensor data over a time range defined in the DataTRACS settings configuration. The timeline graph has two scroll bars that can be used to zoom either the value scale on the vertical or the time scale on the horizontal. To zoom the value scale, click on one of the handles on either end and drag it towards the other end. Dragging from the top reduces the scale while keeping the low end limit in view. Dragging from the bottom has the opposite effect, reducing the view towards the higher end of the value scale. Once the scale has been reduced, the scroll bar can be used to scroll up and down across the range of values. The horizontal scroll bar works in a similar way. Dragging the left-hand handle towards the right compresses the time scale towards the current time. Dragging from right to left reduces the time scale towards the earlier chart times. Also, like the vertical scroll bar, the timescale scroll bar can be moved left and right to browse across values within the graph time frame. It is important to note that altering either of these scroll bars will automatically pause the moving display of values. The user can return to a rolling display by clicking on the triangular play button above the graph. While the timeline graph is moving, the play button is replaced with the chart pause button. Clicking on this will pause the moving display, and clicking on the play button will resume the moving view. The next button in line is the marker button. This button is only active and available while a recording is in progress. Adding a marker to a recording is covered in another video. Following the marker button is the marker hide button. This button toggles the display of markers in the timeline graph. For example, if we add a test marker here and save it, it shows up in the timeline. We can hide all the markers through this toggle or reshow them. Lastly is the reset zoom button. Clicking this button will return the vertical and horizontal scales to their defaults, but will not unpause the graph display. The play button must still be used to restart the moving display.